Project MK Ultra, conspiracy or not? Let's talk about the origin of Project MK Ultra. In 1484, two guys by the name of Heinrich Kramer and James Springer published a paper called Malleus Maleficarum. In this paper, it describes a way of manipulating someone's mind into confession. From here on, there has been countless reports of a man chasing the dream of controlling people through mind control, using them as unwilling subjects to achieve their handler's endgame. I know it's a little boring, but let's keep going. Such as Professor George Estabrooks, who in the 1930s developed the theory that hypnosis could be used to create a super spy by creating an amnesia barrier between the subject's real identity and their new alternate personality. So during the early period of the Cold War, CIA had become convinced that communists had discovered a new technique that would allow them to control human minds. So the battle for the control of men's minds had begun. In 1953, a secret executive order was signed to allow the CIA to create their own secret program, which was the start of Project MK Ultra. In April 1953, former CIA Director Allen Dulles authorized the control of Project MK Ultra under Dr. Sidney, who also think this is the same man who set up JFK. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Dr. Sidney began expanding the mind control experiments of Project Artichoke. Project Artichoke was a CIA operation designed to develop special extreme methods of interrogation, created in response to the USSR and China developing their own techniques of brainwashing during the Korean War. The program focused on the use of sleep deprivation, psychosurgery, electric shock treatment, hypnosis, and the use of drugs. Without their knowledge or consent, thousands of people were damaged by unethical experimentation. Let's fast forward a bit. 4 years later in 1957, CIA began psychotherapy experiments, where test subjects will be put to sleep for days on end with the use of drugs, and then subject them to mass doses of electroshock therapy in hopes that they can be reduced mentally, thus washing their brains clean. They called it depattering the brain. And in doing so, they can repattern the brain, creating a whole new personality. MK Ultra went on to become the largest mind control program in the history of the United States. And in 1972, most MK Ultra records were destroyed by order of the former CIA Director Richard Helms. Later on in 1977, Dr. Sidney had testified that the CIA had administered LSD and other drugs to people without their knowledge, but insisted that mind control was an important part of America's future, which is weird, by the way. Dr. Sidney later died in 1999 without any public expression of regret for his role in the experiments. Over the years, few subjects and survivors have come forward about their experiments, and very few were successful in winning their lawsuits against the federal government. Is that enough after thousands of people suffered at the hands of the CIA and their experiments? CIA insists that MK Ultra type experiments have since been abandoned. I don't think that's necessarily true. Subscribe to my YouTube for more content.